This is good stuff from Natarajan. Only 4 off 5. Nice control coming back from a niggle. Aramco purple cap. We do love a wristy, and there's 2 at the top. So Swanee's smiling from ear to ear. And then we've got pace with Kisa Rabada, partially. And there is Natarajan. 2 wrist spinners at the top of the tree. Last ball has disappeared. It sounded good, it is. Fatted from Dre Russ up into the Tata new box. 119 for 5 here.
सुरेश दादा, मेरे चलते वो भी ओवर टाइम करते थे, अपनी रात काली करते थे, सिर्फ इसीलिए ताकि मैं अपने सपने देख सकूं। ड्रीम बड़ा होना तो कोई अकेला नहीं होता। ड्रीम बिग, ड्रीम 11।
इस खेल में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व है और इसकी आदत पड़ सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
गाइस, आज कुछ भी हो सकता है। So when you go out there, remember one thing: nothing is guaranteed.
ये क्रिकेट मैच है, सिंपली रन का जॉब गारंटी प्रोग्राम नहीं। राइट कैप्टन?
गारंटीड मतलब सिंपली लर्न्स जॉब गारंटी प्रोग्राम्स। सबको पता है।
ये हम कर लेते हैं। आप ड्रीम 11 पे टीम बना लो।
इस खेल में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व है और इसकी आदत पड़ सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
Going so swimmingly for Raji in that previous over. The last one he missed his Yorker by some margin. So now we have Umar Malik with his final over, his 4th, 3 for 23. And it's a very good York. It's a great length, great length.
Sam Billings hasn't played for a while, looking slightly rusty with the bat. Andre Russell got a low full toss to finish the over, and he didn't have cash in. He's hit it an alleged 96 metres. I think that's just because I couldn't see where it landed.
Did he catch that?
Oh, caught in the crowd as well.
Give him a car. Oh, punchy. That fellow in the crowd. He's so good there, Sam Billings. Wonderful wrist work, and the presence of mind to sit and wait just enough.
Absolutely, is what I was going to say before. You can't move around the crease too much. Stand as still as you can, keep that head still, back your eye, because it's so good. And that's what he proved on this occasion. Beautiful shot.
Yeah, the change of pace, 134. Tried the off-cutter. Oh, stand and admire. Got the length wrong in the slot. Billings says, "You beauty, I'll have a piece of you."
Yeah, sometimes the disadvantage of pace. If you don't get your length right, and if you bowl a slot ball at this stage, the batsmen are waiting to tee off, and that's exactly what Sam Billings did. Stand, stay still. Great flow of the bat.
The first one was a dot, good Yorker. It's just strayed from there. And slower ball that went over extra cover. Now this in the slot. Here he comes. Malik. Wanted to go Yorker again. Did all right. Well, looked across, so 9 off. It's time for Dre Russ. Yeah, Swig Instamart fast 5, the slog overs. And it's proving to be quite nice for the KKR boys, because you can get amongst your favourite chips, dips and cold drinks. Groceries delivered in minutes with a Swiggy Instamart Fast 5 on the Swiggy app. Love it to pieces. Some very entertaining ads, I must say. Do love a snack. Dre Russ. Oh, yeah. Wanted to hit this up into the eastern terrace. It's another valuable dot.
I like this change of angle, Carters.
When did he get into the Danny mode? Thank God you didn't say Muzz.
It's coming, don't worry. Oh, sits back and flats it. He's going to hold on to the strike here is Andre Russell. 10 off the 16th, it's 1-2-9 for 5. Little tap of the watch, and it is that time. Little drinks break. It is the See It Tires strategic timeout.
अब शॉपिंग के साथ होगी सेविंग्स, क्योंकि टाटा न्यू पे न्यू पास दिलाएगा फ्री डिलीवरी हर परचेज पर। डाउनलोड टाटा न्यू।
अभी जिसका ऐड देखा वो भी ले लो रुपए से।
मेरी 2019 आईसीसी वर्ल्ड कप में पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट वाली इनिंग्स टिप्स चाहिए तो बोल दे यार।
फैन हूं मैं इस इनिंग का।
अरे फैन तो मैं हूँ तुम्हारा। बांग्लादेश का वो फाइनल ओवर याद है?
फैन हो तो ओन करते हो इस मोमेंट को ओन। क्रिकेट के सबसे आइकॉनिक मोमेंट्स आर नाउ ऑन फैन क्रेज।
वाओ,
फैन हो तो आ जाओ फैन क्रेज पे, ओन, कलेक्ट एंड प्ले विद क्रिकेट एनएफटी।
एमएस धोनी के सक्सेस तो मैं ही ओन करूंगा।
Crypto products and NFTs are unregulated and can be highly risky. There may be no regulatory recourse for any loss from such transactions.
ये हम कर लेते हैं, आप ड्रीम इलेवन पे टीम बना लो।
इस खेल में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व है और इसकी आदत पड़ सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
Slice the slow. Slice for the fast ones.
पहली बॉल पे यादव स्कोर 0
यादव, What were you thinking, man? क्या मुझे लगा कि पुल शॉट से गारंटीड 6 होगा। गारंटीड? गारंटीड? यादव ये क्रिकेट है, सिंपली लर्न जॉब गारंटी प्रोग्राम नहीं।
गारंटीड मतलब सिंपली लर्न्स जॉब गारंटी प्रोग्राम्स, सबको पता है।
And we've had another See It Tires strategic timeout done and dusted. Leave the field, Brains Trust. Evening, Pom.
Hey, Dan. Dream 11 game changer of the season. Yeah, they've been good. All these that are there. Butler, Russell. Can they do another one tonight? Hasaranga, Chahal, KL Rahul. They've got the most fantasy points this season. Strategic chit-chat done. Bhuvaneswar Kumar has a couple to bowl. There's none for 9 from his 2. There's an over of Sundar to come. That's in the gap. It'll go for 4. Just how they'd like to start after the timeout. And it's 2,000 runs for Dre Russ in IPL cricket. Fastest to the mark.
Attempted Yorker going wrong from Bhuvaneswar.
Yeah, good line. Out of the arc there. It is him. And 21 from 16. No, they've got to try and manage the Sunrisers. Which West Indian is the better power player? Well, kind of felt that would go one way. 72%. Just giving you that stat as well. Look at it, bottom of your screens. 97 matches, 2002 runs, but he gets in the fewest number of deliveries. Strike rate nearly 179. There we're both.
Kolkata would be looking to get to the 175, and they should, as long as these two are there till the end. A wicket now can change things for KKR, but as of now, they seem to be on the right path.
Yeah, Sunrisers need a wicket. They need the wicket of Russell. And I think that's why Sunder's over's kind of been pushed further and further back. Yeah, that'd be wide. Fair enough, the reaction to stay wide, but ended up a little too wide.
You mentioned about Washington Sundar's over. I think he's going to bowl the next over, especially with the leg side being the longest part, the eastern terraces. A tad bit longer, 69 meters, the square leg boundary. But they can't hold on to that over for too long though.
Timing. It's good timing that from Billings. Worked for Tripathi, did it well, had to get across pretty quickly.
Don't forget about Billings. We're all going about the muscles of Andre Russell, but Billings, he's just so adept at 360.
Yeah, two very different kind of players, isn't it? One, the power hitter, and Andre Russell. You're talking about his numbers, his strike rate. The other end, you've got Sam Billings, who's more of a touch player. They're equally good, both of them.
Just a single. In together at 94 for 5. They've put together something. And what they've done is managed to put some sort of base down where they could then launch from here to get themselves to what is a good total. Gone. It was right between the two, long on and deep mid wicket. It's gone for 4. 142 for 5.
मेरी 2019 आईसीसी वर्ल्ड कप में पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट वाली इनिंग्स टिप्स चाहिए तो बोल दे यार।
फैन हूं मैं इस इनिंग का।
अरे फैन तो मैं हूं तुम्हारा। बांग्लादेश का वो फाइनल ओवर याद है?
फैन हो तो ओन करते हो इस मोमेंट को।
मोमेंट को ओन?
क्रिकेट के सबसे आइकॉनिक मोमेंट्स आर नाउ ऑन फैन क्रेज।
वाओ।
फैन हो तो आ जाओ फैन क्रेज पे, ओन, कलेक्ट एंड प्ले विद क्रिकेट एनएफटी।
MS धोनी के सक्सेस तो मैं ही ओन करूंगा।
Crypto products and NFTs are unregulated and can be highly risky. There may be no regulatory recourse for any loss from such transactions.
Switch to Garnier Men Acno Fight Face Wash. It fights up to 99.9% pimple-causing germs in 10 seconds and gives you pimple-free clear skin. Try Garnier Men Acno Fight Face Wash.
When I popped off, then you go crazy.
ये मैं कर लेता हूँ। आप ड्रीम 11 पे टीम बना लो।
इस खेल में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व है और इसकी आदत पड़ सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
Natarajan. wouldn't expect that Washington Sundar would try and protect the shorter side. But it's not Natarajan on. We've got just 3 to play. Oh, that's going to be close. That's going to be close. Not out. Straight away we're going.
Thank you. TV umpire to director, we have a player review for LBW. On-field decision is not out. It's a fair delivery. Front on spin vision, please. Okay, can we just have Ultra Edge to confirm? It looks as though there's a bit of deflection there. Can we just confirm with Ultra Edge, please, Gargan? Thank you. Still waiting, AP. Yeah, just rock and roll. Yeah, just take it back, please. Just when the ball's next to the bat. Yes, we've got a bat on ball, so ready to go back to AP on field. AP, still with the original decision of not out. You're on screen now.
There you go, confirmation. Got a scratch on it. And had a bit of a cackle, too, when he got to the non-strikers. Yeah, fair option. And the reason it's a fair option is because as Russell stands there, the expectation with Natarajan bowling is that the ball will be right up in the block, so he sets up for that. And Natarajan knows that and has had to as time's gone along. You think back to his first season, nobody really expected that his Yorkers would be that good. So it caught everybody by surprise. So he's had to develop other deliveries to defend with.
Just wish they'd got a little bit higher. You just wanted about badge, particularly against Dre Russ. If you can get it up around the badge, harder to control.
Yeah, problem. This 50 partner. Problem, though. This many a time goes off the edge and goes to 6.
It working, fellas.
Bowling. It's excellent. That's how good he is with those Yorkers. Hits that popping crease. And when he's on song, it's very difficult to get away.
Important partnership, this one. Very good one.
सभी सेटलमेंट एक ऐप पर मिल जाए पेमेंट्स डिंग डोंग पॉकेट में रॉकेट है पॉकेट में इंस्टा बिल्स पॉकेट में
ICICI बैंक का इंस्टा बिज ऐप सभी बैंक्स के कस्टमर्स के लिए सारे पेमेंट सॉल्यूशंस एक सुपर ऐप पर डाउनलोड इंस्टा बिज।
मेरी 2019 आईसीसी वर्ल्ड कप में पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट वाली इनिंग्स टिप्स चाहिए तो बोल दे यार।
फैन हूं मैं इस इनिंग का।
अरे फैन तो मैं हूं तुम्हारा। बांग्लादेश का वो फाइनल ओवर याद है?
फैन हो तो ओन करते हो इस मोमेंट को।
मोमेंट को ओन?
क्रिकेट के सबसे आइकॉनिक मोमेंट्स आर नाउ ऑन फैन क्रेज।
वाओ।
फैन हो तो आ जाओ फैन क्रेज पे, ओन, कलेक्ट एंड प्ले विद क्रिकेट NFTs।
MS धोनी के सक्सेस तो मैं ही ओन करूंगा।
Crypto products and NFTs are unregulated and can be highly risky. There may be no regulatory recourse for any loss from such transactions.
Is Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. That's going down the leg side.
I won't mind that because you got Andre Russell on strike now. With 11 more deliveries to go, that's exactly who you want on strike.
This is brilliant because I've just been talking with our stats guru. It's actually 300 now, gone past 300 and 14 wickets. And you think Jacques Kallis, who was a little bit under the radar at times, and what an asset he was for KKR. No surprise with Pollard there, Hundier and Watson on that list as well. A pretty good season. Dre Russ, even though the Knight Riders are somewhat struggling further down on that points table.
Oh, he hits it so hard. That's excellent work. He'll be busy there, Rahul Tripathi.
Yeah, a lot of real estate out there. I'm just watching from the comm box here live and just seeing him get around Tripathi. Given that he's trying to go Yorker, it's not the worst delivery. The width is there, but yeah, not quite what he wanted. Just want to hit that Yorker length.
Yeah, it's part of the plan. So he's not quite got it 100% in terms of execution, but the field is set that way, quite straight on that offside. So long offers back, and you have that sweeper on the offside quite straight rather than square. Oh, that's unlucky.
Hang on.
And understanding what he's trying to do here for Bhuvneshwar Kumar, the angle's round the wicket. And because it's round the wicket, he's trying to say, well, I want to try and make... Oh, that's harsh. That's gone past the blue line after it's gone past Russell.
Anil Chowdhury, come on.
Harsh. Got to be staying out of that hitting arc.
Deep, stop grinning. Batters.
Yeah, he loves it. He just... Bowling. That's good bowling. It's not hitting the stumps, though. Excellent stuff.
He's hobbling. He's hobbling. He got him on the boot. But well bowled.
Absolutely brilliantly bowled. That's like spot on. Exactly where you want it to be. Pitching outside leg stump. That's the reason Andre Russell was saved there. Yeah, anything fuller has gone for plenty. Anything too short has gone for plenty. But the length balls, as we've seen before at this venue.
That'll be wide as well. It's tough at this stage, and why it's tough is because basically the brief is bowl where they can hit it according to the rules. If you don't, it's like wide.
Exactly. You're still trying to execute, as you've been saying, Pommy, a good wide Yorker, or even that slow one into the surface that grips, that was called wide a couple of deliveries ago.
Yeah, and he's trying to be unpredictable, set the field both sides, and he'll sometimes be wider and then sometimes straight like that. And he's got the field set with fielders in the deep on that onside. So he's then making Andre Russell have to make a decision as he sets up to say you can't set up for one ball, because if you do that, then even if you kind of get it right, he can hit you there as he's ready for it. If he's going to think about two different deliveries, then he's got a decision to make, and he could get it wrong.
But the way Andre Russell sets himself up, he's actually ready for a couple of those deliveries. And as a batter, you've got to be aware of it.
Out. There's a wicket. 100th catch and T20s for Big Daddy Kane. And up goes Sam Billings.
There's a bit of justice in the game, eh? But no, it's actually skill. Look at this. Beautiful leg cut slower one. He knows Billings does use the crease so superbly. And in the end, a nice little dolly for Kane. But he's saying, I'm looking into the lights. Are you kidding me? Nearly made a meal of it. Nah, comfortable enough for Kane Williamson. Billings goes for welcome file 34 and KKR 157 for 6 here.
It's finally here.
Very good, sir. ये लोग तो सही है बोल के निकल जाते हैं। क्या हुआ? मैंने म्यूचुअल फंड में पैसे डाले। मेरे इन्वेस्टमेंट की वैल्यू काफी डाउन है।
अरे भाई,
सर,
पोर्टफोलियो मेरा भी डाउन हुआ है। मार्केट्स का तो नेचर है ऊपर नीचे होना। हमारा काम है म्यूचुअल फंड्स में इन्वेस्टेड रहना।
बात तो सही है।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
Oh, bowled. 157 for 6.
दिल्ली दिन ट्रेनिंग में गुजर जाता था, पर रात को जाके गुरुद्वारे में सोना पड़ता था। तभी वहाँ एक वीर जी ने कहा, अच्छे से सोएगा नहीं तो सपने पूरे कैसे होंगे? ड्रीम बड़ा हो तो कोई अकेला नहीं होता। ड्रीम बिग, ड्रीम 11।
इस खेल में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व है और इसकी आदत पड़ सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
Go and grab a smoothie. Available in coffee frappe, chocolate, and toffee caramel. Oh, so smooth.
Now can push him no more. The delay is done. He must now come and face up to Russell the Muscle.
Yeah, all the best for that. But hey, just going at the 19th. What an over from Bhuvi.
Top stuff.
I mean, an 8-ball over, 2 wides, takes a wicket, crucial wicket, and only goes for 6.
Yeah, magnificent from Bhuvneshwar. But then Washington Sundar, what does he do? The only saving grace, as far as I see it, is bowling from the right end.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't think that's going to save him much, because if Russell strikes it, it's disappeared. You don't want this to be the over that makes the difference in the game. Probably Skipper would then be looking and thinking, oh, could I have, should I have got it in earlier? 1. Oh, excellent. That's what you want. It's not to say you've escaped here, but you'd rather be bowling at the other guy, whoever the other guy is, if you have Russell in there.
What a field set too. So on it, so shrewd, and do your homework, go straight. Jansen was right where he should have been.
Yeah, and bowled it correctly.
Yeah, absolutely full. Give no opportunity to Andre Russell to get under the bounce.
I'll just say, Sunil Narayan can whack him as well. This is a look at the wicket. Slower ball, totally foxed. And nearly foxed by the lights there. Took the catch.
Modern era, and I know it's just going back years, but I think, off spinners who bowl great Yorkers at the death. Not unheard of in terms of 50 over. I know this is T20, but I think practicing that, sparing it in at Yorker length.
Deep mid-wicket. Deep square, long on, long off. Sweeper offside. He's got to be looking block hole, dead straight. Maybe happy with 1. Yeah, good result.
Yeah, to swing Narayan, and I think that's a better length, because he's so good down the ground. You don't want to bowl full to him. Maybe things might be different, obviously, with the field placement. We're talking about the field placement. Look at that. Marco Jansen is in front of the side screen. That's straight.
Field very straight. Full toss, banged away. 6 runs.
Hello, Eastern Terrace. It's good to see you again. And Trey Russ. That's the tension, though, isn't it? For the bowler to execute, get the full one right, the Trey Russ. Oh, no.
A bit of a gift. Full toss. Exactly the height that Andre Russell wanted.
He's missed by some distance there, but he's looking for that block hole. Everyone that doesn't go for a boundary is a win. In fact, some of the time you might say if you miss and it doesn't go for 6, it's a win. Bowling. Oh, he's going to stay on strike. You're happy with that. Dot. Gone for 8. Just 2 balls to go.
Yeah, it's a freebie, gents, as you say. Just 1 or 2, would you be brave enough? Just giving a ridiculously loopy one. Ridiculously loopy one.
It's very easy from up here.
Yeah,
you can take gambles like that.
Pull the pin out and just give it to me.
It's not percentage. I guess that's the only thing. I'd say it's not percentage. It's kind of, oh no, I thought I'd be, outside the box. He thought I was going to bowl it there, and I just thought I'll just take pace off and maybe hit it straight up in the air.
He doesn't tend to run at you though, does he, Dre Russ?
And 6 again. Andre Russell.
Well, the game plan's very simple with both of them. You get your length wrong, I'm going to punish you. You get it right, you get away with it. But this time around, he didn't get it right, Washington Sundar. I got bumped for a 6. The second of the over.
Well, I just wonder, if you do get that wrong, and he has, I know, and it's easy from up here, as you say, Pong, he just be ridiculous. Just think a little outside the square, because he doesn't run at you. That's what I'm saying. He just tends to stay and baseball you. So you've got to give yourself, oh, it's going to go for 6 anyway. You're thinking, let's pull the pin in.
Yeah, and I reckon the only time that's right is if the result, if you get the right outcome. Because if you don't, and if it's maybe a spinning one, it's very slow, you might try that as an option, but the pitch hasn't shown itself to be that, so it probably isn't the option to go for. It's decided round the wicket for the final ball. Probably going to try and stay outside that hitting arc. No, he's not, because it's another full toss, and it's another one that disappears out the ground. Andre Russell with 3 big blows gets the Knight Riders past that 175 they were talking about.
Yeah, start of it was 157 and ends up being 177, because you can see what Kane Williams was on about, pushing back Washington Sundar, and he's ended up going for 40. Tough gig, sure it is, but you slightly miss your length. Those 3 6s were full tosses and they went the distance.
Slice the slow. Slice for the fast ones.
ये हम कर लेते हैं, आप ड्रीम इलेवन पे टीम बना लो।
इस खेल में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व है और इसकी आदत पड़ सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
A vision becomes a milestone when it touches millions of lives. Aditya Birla Group. Big in your life.
गार्नियर ब्लैक नेचुरल्स आमंड ऑयल युक्त नो अमोनिया फॉर्मूला ग्रेस कवर करे सिर्फ 15 मिनट में और दे नेचुरल लुकिंग बाल, ताकि आप घर बैठे कलर करो
और किसी को पता न चले।
Yeah, 177 for 6 off the 20. And somewhere along the line, it might have been the thought they wouldn't get to that 175. But 5 overs, the last 5, going for 58. And we've got Dre Ross downstairs. Andre, 49 from 28. How did that feel?
It's actually good to get to finish strong in the innings. You know, the guys was bowling very well. You know, the execution was on point, especially you know, the seamers, they were getting the Yorkers right, and I was a bit miserable, but then again, you know, I say, okay, let me stick with it, and once I stay to the end, I know we can get 170, so we actually get a couple runs over, which is bonus for us.
Tell me again, what was it you felt was par?
Based on how the wicket is playing, it looks good, but it's not playing as good as how it looks. But 170 is definitely a good score on this wicket. Once we have a good first 6 overs, you know, set the pace from the power play. If we get 1 or 2 wickets early, you know, we can definitely peg them back. So, you know, the wicket is holding a bit, but we still have to bowl well and bowl good areas.
And would you be able to share with us what you'd bowl, particularly having had a go on their batting, to ensure that you keep them below that?
Yeah, I think once we bowl hard length straight, not much room, you know, mix our pace as well. And if we're going to go for a Yorker, the execution have to be perfect, because once you bowl a length that, you know, a guy can get under, then you're in trouble. But I think once we bowl our lengths, the bowlers, Saudi, Umish, and myself, we're definitely going to back ourselves to do that. And we have 2 top-class spinners.
Okay, well, pressure. What about the pressure of the situation? Has that been mentioned? I see you smile as I say that.
Yeah, definitely pressure. You know, we know these two games very important for us, and if we can win with a couple runs on the board, at least, you know, win by 20. I'm not thinking too far ahead, but you know, run rate gonna be important at the back end. So we're definitely trying to make sure that we give ourselves the best chance. You know, the ball is round, so anything can happen in cricket.
Yeah, well, 49 from 28 gets you to that nice score of 177. All the best as you try to defend it.
Thank you, Pami.
Yeah, lovely. 49 from 28, and he just gives them that cushion. He says 170 is a good score on there because he feels it's not an easy wicket. It was a kind of relatively circumspect start for them in the power play, but it seems the assessment was made and they shifted gear. 28 from 24 for Rahane, who was injured. Nitish Rana 26 from 16, and Billings 34 from 29, the other contributors. A look at the bowling. Yeah, Umran Malik, exciting to watch. 3 wickets for him. They decided the breakers fell off, and on another day might have gone all the way through because he got 3 wickets in a couple of overs. Washington Sundar, none for 40, had to bowl that final over, which went for 20. So, Sunrisers Hyderabad have to get 178 to ensure that they get closer to the top 4. Let's see how they go in a bit.
In this high stakes encounter, Shreyas Iyer decided to bat first, and Marco Jansen back in the side for Sunrisers Hyderabad caused some early damage, and Umran Malik spitting fire. It's the first time he's picked up a wicket in the month of May, and he ensured that he got 2 more of them. But then Sam Billings, and who else but Dre Russ for the Kolkata Knight Riders, putting a competitive total on the board, which Dre Russ said with a big smile on his face that I think we've got enough on the board. The question is, do you think they have enough on the board with this high stakes encounter? Which way is it going? 67% of you right now think no, Sunrisers are still going a wing if they will check from Graham Swan and Irfan. Swan is like, no, but Irfan, Russell looked happy. He looked okay. I've done a little bit of the job. Teams have been successful defending here the last 6 games.
Yeah, absolutely. And KKR will think, especially what Andrew Russell said, bowl holding a little bit, and if that's true, then it will be a really big task for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Look, Andrew Russell, what a star he is. He's been fantastic. He just comes for KKR and does it time and time again. And look, that partnership of 63 runs between Sam Benning and Andrew Russell might be the game-changing partnership. And then Andrew Russell, look, he just doesn't care. No matter how quick you bowl, no matter how many times you make a game plan against him, no matter how many Yorkers you bowl, because at the start, there were quite a few Yorkers were peppered against him. There was bouncers as well. But he just hold his guard and they just wait for, you know, especially the last over, because Kane Williamson, not the first time, he's done it second times where he's just let the last over bowled by a spinner. Not easy. Nothing taking away from the spinners, Swani, but I think bowling against Andrew Russell last over, it's not easy. Last match, Suchit was bowling the last over, and this match, Washington Sundar, he missed the trick, I think, Kane Williamson.
Well, he didn't miss a trick with Umran Malik, because he was certainly back in form today, wasn't he, Swanee?
Absolutely, and you've got to love Umran Malik. I mean, I said this on commentary. I am unashamedly a spin fan. I love spin bowlers more than anything. But when the guy comes on like this, who's just out-and-out pace, he's box office. And he makes players do things they don't want to do. Even though this looks like, you know, unlucky, caught on the deep cover boundary, the adrenaline is flowing so much when a guy's bowling that fast and might knock your head off. But you do get caught in the deep. You just hit it and you don't try and place it. So he was brilliant. Why they took him off is beyond me. They should have kept going at that point. Because especially when you get Andre Russell and Sam Billings early on, Andre Russell is incredible. Once he gets in past the pace, and then it's people bowling spin at the death or trying to bowl block hole, he's incredible. But early on, when you're bowling fast, you can get him out. Trust me, you're bowling short, bowling at him. Why they took Umran Malik off is beyond me. And I think it's really going to cost Sunrisers here. I think that's 20 too much on this pitch. There, I've said it.
But look at this Misho super save moment. I mean, it wasn't just picking up the wickets from Shashank Singh here. It was also taking those catches. I mean, you caused a heap of wickets to fall in those middle overs for KKR.
This was literally a 6 runs save and plus a wicket from Shashank Singh. Umran Malik, we should definitely give a dinner as far as the catch is concerned, because, you know, he timed the ball well. It was a wide delivery as well. But in between came Shashank Singh. Fantastic fielding. We have seen time and time again in IPL that one fielder comes in, young fielders comes in and take incredible catches. This was one of the best ones.
It's just upping the level, isn't it? We're going to up the level a little bit tomorrow because we've got a double header coming your way. Gujarat Titans, yes, they have definitely qualified. They take on MS Dhoni's Chennai Super Kings, but they would want to ensure that they finish in that top 2. But that's not all, because it's a match in the evening that most certainly counts. Lucknow Super Giants, if they win, they are through. Rajasthan Royals need to win to stay alive. Remember that playoffs race is most definitely on. Now the question is, Sunrisers Hyderabad, can they chase down this total? It all depends, as Andre Russell had also said, on Tim Southee, Umesh Yadav and himself as to how they have bowled so far. Our fans seem to think 50-50. Okay, no, sorry, 52% Sunrisers are coming away with this one. The stakes are high. How much of a role will Sunil Ranayan have to play? That's the question. He's been economical, but hasn't taken the wickets today. Is this going to be the night? We'll find out.
Welcome to Ghanaian Men Acno Fight 10-second game changers. Today we're going to talk about an exciting moment in the game that created an instant impact.
It's match 36 of the Tata IPL 2022. RCB are up against SRH with both teams in good form. SRH asked RCB to bat, who had no clue of what was to follow. 1 over, 3 runs, 3 wickets. Marco Jansen ripped through the RCB top order to give his team the best possible start. First, he knocked Faf du Plessis off stump. Then, he got Virat Kohli for a golden duck. Next, he went on to dismiss Anuj Rawat to end his eventful over. Talk about an instant impact. With their top order in the dugout by the end of the second over, RCB couldn't recover from the shock and were bundled out for their second lowest total in IPL history.
मेरा एक दोस्त था जो खुद स्कूल पैदल जाता था अपनी नई साइकिल मुझे देके ताकि मैं ट्रेनिंग जा सकूं। कहता था कि तू चला ले, तुझे तो बहुत दूर जाना है। जब ड्रीम बड़ा हो तो कोई अकेला नहीं होता। ड्रीम बिग, ड्रीम 11।
इस खेल में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व है और इसकी आदत पड़ सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
Do you feel it yet? Feel the fizz?
सुरेश दादा, मेरे चलते वो भी ओवर टाइम करते थे, अपनी रात काली करते थे, सिर्फ इसीलिए ताकि मैं अपने सपने देख सकूं। ड्रीम बड़ा होना तो कोई अकेला नहीं होता। ड्रीम बिग, ड्रीम 11।
इस खेल में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व है और इसकी आदत पड़ सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
ये किसके लिए?
This one is for Ziva.
The more we stay playful, the more we connect.
Reminder that the last time these two teams played, which was nearly a month ago, in fact, the 14th or 15th of April, is when SRH chased down that target, 175 in 17.5 overs. Courtesy contributions from Aidan Markram and Rahul Tripathi, who's been in good form. Abhishek Sharma has been amongst runs. But this is a different surface. A surface where the bowlers will relish bowling in the second innings. Here are the two openers. Abhishek Sharma has been the one who's been off the blocks very quickly. Kane Williamson is enduring a tough time this IPL, scoring at less than run a ball, the captain, and he needs to contribute. This is a big game. This is a must-win situation for the Orange Army, and the captain has to come good if they have to chase down this score. Alongside, good evening to Danny Morrison and Graham Swan.
The evening, Carters. Nice little break here in terms of getting warmed up and ready here. KKR, that is, coming out the field. 177 on the board. I think you'd take that at the halfway stage.
Would you? Oh. Yeah, absolutely, 177 on the board. On this pitch that I think is going to take a bit of spin. There's some high-class operatives of spin in purple tonight. I think that's a very healthy total. Kartik, how about you?
Yeah, very much so. I was happy with 155 at the beginning of the innings, having looked at the surface, and then you heard one coach talking about restricting them under 175, and Dre Russ at that halfway meeting said that he was more than happy. 170, he said, would have been good. As you said, great operators with the new ball, two fine spinners who can literally choke you down, two mystery spinners on this track. So it's going to be a tough one for the Sunrisers.
When I said you'd take that at halfway, I'm talking halfway of KKR's innings, at the 10 over stage, when they were 5 down for 94. So they really were struggling, really. And so to come back and do that, absolutely massive.
He's not bad at the end, is he, that Russell lad? He's got a future. I did feel for the spinner having to bowl the last over, though. With the wind, you can't really see it on your screens, obviously, as we see Kane Williamson. The wind was howling towards that deep mid-wicket boundary as well. It's quite breezy. Don't be fooled. There is a breeze out there tonight.
Got your spinner in the final over. There's a couple of those questions asked of you in the tournament earlier. Why doesn't spinners bowl like 19th or 20th?
And there's your answer today.
100%.
Both these batters got a duck in the previous game against RCB. Abhishek Sharma and Kane Williamson both got a blob. Umesh Yadav back in the team after 2 games. One man says yes, Kane says no.
I don't think Kane's going to want a quick single here. You don't want to get run out without facing again.
And also the odds are stacked against them, Danny and Swan. The highest successful chase at Pune in IPL 2022 has been 170 for 7. That was by the Gujarat Titans against CSK. So 177, 178 required on a track which will help the bowlers.
I'm just noticing there, I know it's only 2 deliveries in, but Umesh Yadav not quite bustling in, as I've seen him earlier this season, understandably, coming back from a niggle. He's just wanting to get in there, see if he can get away with just a couple of looseners, some confidence back, and then really rev it up a bit more than we're accustomed to.
Off the mark finally, off the 3rd ball. Yeah, Umesh Yadav has been a top performer, and especially in the power play for KKR, the cred power player of the season. Josh Butler and Umesh Yadav with the maximum number of awards won this season. Mukesh Chaudhary, Mohammad Shami has been very good in the power play too. Abhishek Sharma, courtesy his opening, is there with a couple of awards. Leading wicket taker for the Knight Riders, Umesh Yadav, with 15 wickets in this season.
Oh, quick issue with the ball. Let's just trim the seam, I think. Can sometime happen with the new ball. Not quite been finished off properly by the machine. And there's this guy, the Dream 11 game changer of the match. The size of those arms. Dominant presence at the crease. Makes many bowlers shaking their skin. Top of their marks. And he did mess around tonight. Vintage Russell, especially at the end.
They fell for the off spinner. Back in the team after injury. He bowls 3, and then what do? You bowl the 20th over against Dre Russ.
Yeah, and you can just see the very fact he didn't want to bowl that over. He's not used to bowling that over, and he couldn't nail his Yorkers. And if you miss your Yorker as a seam bowler, at least you've got the pace to get you out of trouble. If you're an off spinner, you're basically bowling 50 mile an hour lob ups.
Very tidy. And that speed too has gone up. The first 3 deliveries were 139, and the last 2 have been close to 143 for Umesh Yadav. Revving it up. Danny Morrison. Just 1 of the first over.
सुरेश दादा, मेरे चलते वो भी ओवर टाइम करते थे, अपनी रात काली करते थे, सिर्फ इसीलिए ताकि मैं अपने सपने देख सकूं। ड्रीम बड़ा होना तो कोई अकेला नहीं होता। ड्रीम बिग, ड्रीम 11।
इस खेल में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व है और इसकी आदत पड़ सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
Through the offside, and there'll be the first rupee on the go for. How's it for a shot?
How's that indeed? He's had such a good season. It's glorious to watch. Very similar to the Venkateshaya dismissal. Only this one stays over the ball, stays on the shot, just times it, doesn't try and hit it too hard, and gets full rewards.
Wickets in an IPL season. Upstocks Cricket Exchange 2022 has been a big year for Tim Southee. 12 wickets. The next best was 2016, and their economy too is very good. In the air, just shot of Dre Russ. The timing wasn't there.
He's furious with himself. We all know he's truly a great athlete, good mover. A little more of a scrambled seam, change of angle from Southee. Oh, he could have got the fingers, maybe.
He just didn't judge that, did he? He wasn't really moving, he wasn't sprinting forward. He thought that was carrying, and it just dipped in the end and yorked him. He was livid with himself.
Kiwi v Kiwi.
Yeah, and 2 ends of the spectrum. Southee's having a really good time of it here in Tata IPL 15, whereas Williamson really has struggled. The poorest strike rate he's ever had in terms of a tournament. Yeah, he's such a good mover. Yeah, you're right, Swain. Ends up yorking himself with it, but he always was on the dip. The miss-hit was always dying on him.
Yeah, those first two steps were very casual. He thought that was carrying easily. But it's only at the end, suddenly had to accelerate and dive forward. Had he been going forward hard from the word go, would have caught that.
Shot. He's crashed it through point. The second boundary in the over for Abhishek Sharma.
Same ball as earlier in the over, same result. Actually saw Abhishek practicing this shot before the game. The great Brian Lara feeding him, just giving him a bit of advice. Imagine having that left-hander telling you how to play that shot. You're going to win the battle against the bowler all day long.
It's been a very good year for Abhishek Sharma too. Just an appeal from Tim Saudi. No movement anywhere else. 2 gone, 11 without loss.
Rupe, we are safe or fast?
Outstanding!
Go and grab a smoothie. Available in coffee frappe, chocolate and toffee caramel. Oh, so smooth.
Switch to Garnier Man Acno Fight Face Wash. It fights up to 99.9% pimple-causing germs in 10 seconds and gives you pimple-free clear skin. Try Garnier Man Acno Fight Face Wash.
Mistakes you might have made early doors in the tournament. Another beauty from Umesh Yadav. Yeah, the cred power play is on. Let's see how rewarding it is for the teams and for the fans too. If they use the app and pay credit card bills during the cred power play, they could get handsomely rewarded on the cred app.
Danny, I'm ready for a stat that's going to amaze me. Have you got anything?
Gee, Swan. In fact, I've got one of the greatest ever known. Because the Knight Riders, I know how good they've been. Only when I think back to Delhi, opening stand 93 at Brabham, and the double R's got 97 also at Brabham. But the rest of them, the 10 other games this season, the opening stand against KKR has not been in double figures. Had that catch been taken by Dre Russell, it would have added to, get this, 2-1-2-6-3-8-0-7-2-2 are the other opening stands.
Sounds like a phone number, Danny.
Not one of yours, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's a Super Sunday, and it's a double-header Super Sunday. First up at the Mankere, and the defending champions Chennai Super Kings, after getting eliminated in the previous game against them, will be playing for pride against Gujarat Titans, who have to look for one more win to seal their top 2 position. And he's taken a blinder this season already, Umesh Yadav. But this was a toughie.
Well, the hard thing as a bowler, if the guy middles it coming back, it comes very fast. If he mishits it, like he did there, you don't quite get the speed right. It's hard to judge in your follow through. I think he hit that fairly well. But the bowler's always disappointed if he drops it off his own bowling.
There was a hit-me delivery, slower one halfway down the track, and Kane Williamson is all over it.
It was always going to happen, wasn't it? So often in this game of cricket, you see an opportunity go down, and the very next one gets pumped away for 4. Well, is that what is going to change Kane tonight? Is he going to settle in and get into a good groove, because they desperately need their captain here with the Orange Army to get a score?
Change in field. The fine leg comes into the circle. Deep square leg. Just 6 of the over, 17 without loss.
सुनो, रुचि को तुम्हारा दही बहुत अच्छा लगा। थैंक यू तो बोलो। थोड़ा बिजी है।
टेस्टी दही चाहिए तो ले आइए सैमसंग कर्ड माएस्ट्रो। ये बनाता है परफेक्ट कर्ड ऑल ईयर राउंड इनसाइड द रेफ्रिजरेटर।
Hi.
My cycle!
Used an ordinary deo. Ordinary deos hide odor only for a few hours. Presenting the new Dual Action Axe for odor protection and long-lasting fragrance. New Dual Action Axe.
When I popped off, then you go crazy.
ये मैं कर लेता हूँ, आप ड्रीम 11 पे टीम बना लो।
इस खेल में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व है और इसकी आदत पड़ सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
Again, white ball cricket, a little bit longer. Same in 50 overs. You sometimes want to keep guys in, particularly when they're out of form and they know there's pressure on them, given it's the skipper as well. So, yeah, just, well, nowhere to hide in T20.
Spin in the former Sunil Narayan. He's been dumped straight over his head.
Well, no respect here for the champion. It was short. They deserved to go for 4. Just dismissed. Look at this. Check back over your head for good measure. Take that.
High ball.
Smart. Okay, what can you do now?
I can see you chuckling and say, it's not the worst, is it? Not the worst at all. Make the most of the first one from Sunil. Get it out the way as Loosener. Yeah. It's going to be tough now. This will be fascinating for Kane Williamson up against Mr. Mystery, Sunil Narayan. Can he work it around? Can he just get off strike, keep manipulating it? A lot of men hunting up on that offside. A real umbrella field for Kane Williamson.
Swanee, do we love a fan poll question? Oh, we love a fan poll, all right. And here he is. Can Narayan finish the season with an economy of less than 6 and over? Can he, yes or no? You can vote on IPLT20.com. I say yes. Yes.
Inside out. He's picking him all right. Here's Abhishek Sharma. A couple of runs there. The first delivery too was not very short, but the way he played that shot was very good. Talking about economical bowlers, best economy this season, and a minimum of 20 overs bowled before today. Mohsin Khan has been the best, 5.19. Sunil Narayan is always there, 5.22. Kunal Pandya too, he's having a good run.
Oh, what's going on there? Last thing you want to do is get yourself run out. But this was very close. Harry Carey. Sent back. Would have been very tight indeed. Good backing up by the big man.
Pulled away. We'll get a couple of runs there. Abhishek Sharma. 10 of the over, 4 gone, 27 without loss.
तरह तरह के कलेक्शंस हैंडल करूं या अपना बिजनेस करूं? डिंग डोंग, कलेक्शंस का स्ट्रेस। पॉकेट में रॉकेट है ना? ICICI बैंक का इंस्टाबिज ऐप।
करो किसी बैंक का अकाउंट लिंक, QRPOS आ जाए टिंग, सभी सेटलमेंट एक ऐप पर मिल जाए पेमेंट्स डिंग डोंग। पॉकेट में रॉकेट है, पॉकेट में इंस्टाबिज, पॉकेट में।
ICICI बैंक का इंस्टाबिज ऐप सभी बैंक्स के कस्टमर्स के लिए, सारे पेमेंट सॉल्यूशंस एक सुपर ऐप पर। डाउनलोड इंस्टाबिज।
It's good fielding. And you hope that it carried to him.
They almost did carry though. Shreyas Iyer. Just shot off him in the half volley.
Without loss, and this is a look at how things have gone so far in this innings. Shots played by Abhishek Sharma. 3 fours he's hit. Williamson's got a 4 as well. But to this point, what they'll be happy about is that they're unscathed as a partnership. They'd like Williamson to get into his work and to score at a quicker rate.
That's where I guess Abhishek's knock becomes very important, because that would give some elbow room to Kane Williamson, would give him some time to settle down. Important game for both these teams, business end of the tournament, a must-win game for both of them. SRH better placed than KKR because they got a game in hand. They win all 3, they go to 16, have a very good chance. Kolkata, even if they win the next 2, including this one, only go on till 14. There
that shot typifies your form, isn't it? Sometimes you're in good nick and everything finds the gap, and then even if you middle it sometimes, it goes straight into the hands of the fielder.
That's the thing with Kane Williams. He's never been very quick off the blocks. He's always been like that. It's just that this season he hasn't really converted those starts into big ones. Generally he does those. Does convert into big innings, and once he goes on and he gradually picks up the strike rate. Another dot ball here.
The difference, I think, this time around is coming in without having played in the cricket. He's been injured, hasn't played for New Zealand, in fact. And so coming into a tournament like this where games come thick and fast, and you've got to try and get into your work as quickly as possible, and as skipper the hope would have been that he'd have picked up early in the tournament. It hasn't happened for them. The business end here, yes, is battle hardened and experienced and all of that. Nearly. Without loss.
दिल्ली दिन ट्रेनिंग में गुजर जाता था, पर रात को जाके गुरुद्वारे में सोना पड़ता था। तभी वहां एक वीर जी ने कहा, अच्छे से सोएगा नहीं तो सपने पूरे कैसे होंगे। ड्रीम बड़ा हो तो कोई अकेला नहीं होता। ड्रीम बिग, ड्रीम 11।
इस खेल में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व है और इसकी आदत पड़ सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
बता दो स्विगी पे बड़े डिस्काउंट चल रहे हैं।
Sandwich? Swiggy Match Day Mania. Up to 60% off on top restaurants.
You're slightly out of touch, be as a bowler or as a batsman. You're trying to find that elusive answer which will bring you back to form. It's such a tough one as bowler. Sometimes you're struggling. What am I doing wrong that I'm not getting a wicket? Why am I not bowling well? Similarly, Kane Williamson, one of the best batsmen in the world. We talk about him in the top 4. But he's trying to get run a ball. Forget a score. He's trying to be run a ball. And he's trying to struggle there. So it's just unbelievable how this game plays tricks with your mind.
Russell. He was good with the bat, was Russell. He said he needs to be up there with ball in hand as well. There's the Tata punch. It's a perfect combination of rugged style with agile performance. India's safest car. It's a pocket-sized powerhouse. Bowled him! Tried to ramp it, didn't make any contact. The struggle comes to an end for Williamson.
Yeah, but the disappointment continues. We're struggling to run a ball to get it out of the park. Try something fancy. Fields again. He got a feel for Kane Williamson. Such a good batter, such a class act. It's not happening. It's not happening for him. Kane Williamson gone again. Of 9 of 17. It's 30 for 1.
इसका महंगा डिजाइनर सूट तो देख, ये ना कोई बड़ी कंपनी में करोड़ कमाता होगा।
करोड़ में तो नहीं, पर ठीक ठाक कमा लेता हूँ। और रही बात सूट की, बढ़िया है पर महंगा नहीं है। पीटर इंग्लैंड।
A vision becomes a milestone when it touches millions of lives. Aditya Birla Group. Big in your life.
Go and grab a smoothie. Available in coffee frappe, chocolate and toffee caramel. Oh, so smooth.
My is that power play with that 177 that's been put. on the board. Haven't quite. Tripathi. And there's the man who comes out. He's been in decent touch. Scores his runs at a fair clip. They need him to play another innings here.
They got runs the last time. The Sunrisers defeated the Knight Riders. That was at Brabant.
Yeah, too high. Balled wide. They'll know him well, he'll know them well.
He out of form. Rahul Tripathi. He
saw him playing for India under 19, and you could see that talent, you could see that potential. But this season, he's playing like that. A couple of six. This is already this over. A couple of deliveries which were damn bit fuller.
It's a problem, this, if you're Kolkata Knight Riders. Because these are overs that you'd bank. You'd bank them to go at about 6 and over maximum. Particularly this season, and if he were to be slightly off on the day, you expect that he'd go at maybe 6.5. Can Narayan finish the season with an economy of less than 6 and over? I think it's just been dented. Yes, 63% of you say. Tim Southian has followed through. Have a look at this. Whoa, catch it or wear it. Stuck in those big long fingers of Tim Southey. Tribaldi's got to go. He made 9. Sunrisers 54 for 2.